There's some nuance that needs to be discussed. I posted a YouTube short, 1,000 views and still growing. And you see right there, move out the way, chill. You see right there that there's 1,000 views, the likes and the dislikes. 30% of the people weren't feeling it. 36% of people said, no, Chillmonger, I disagree with you on this Kang recast thing, on the race swap topic. They viewed me in a lens that they never understood. They thought, oh, this Chillmonger guy is of the hateful variety. He's Donald Trump's people. All because of probably the way I ended the video, as well as the things that I said. They're so used to people being opposed to race swap castings that they think that only means it's because you are a non-inclusive person. They're not listening to the nuance of it. I'll discuss. This is a comic book. It came out this year. We all know Jonathan Majors. If you're watching my channel, you know Jonathan Majors. He played this character here, who appears on the final page. What? Captain Marvel says, "What? Who's that?" It's Kang the Conqueror, and he's bleeding, and he's Caucasian, and he's like sore, and he needs help, and he's Caucasian. So that comic book, it led into issue number 2. This is the second issue of the Avengers, and you can see that legacy number there. It's actually the 768th comic book of all time. Well, let's see what happened. Did they go, okay, you'll be white in this issue, but then you're going to change your skin color to another in the next issue? No, he's equally Caucasian there. So the skin pigmentation of the descendancy of people who don't live close to the equator with all that sunlight is carrying over from one comic to another. If we go to cartoons, Kang Conqueror's a white guy. He's Reed Richards somewhere 1,000 years into the future. The only time we've ever seen him not look... I can't wear yellow. Watch this. Woo! Powers. The only time we don't see him in the regular, familiar version is when Jonathan Majors plays him. So I said to the people who probably celebrated all that Jonathan Majors skin color being cast, oh, it's not essential to the character. Why are people mad? Oh, why are you complaining? I complain all the time, and it's for a great reason. Temporary representation. Couple of videos I'm going to let you watch now. First, attention. Let me see. You probably heard me say attention. Chillmonger, get out the way. Action. Actually, hold on for a second. Let me just make sure it's on the right microphone. And you should be able to hear me say, attention, white people. White people, remember when you're fan casting the new Kang to consider the things you tell yourself all the time. Is race essential to this character? Don't neglect and forget all of the great actors of Caucasian descendancy. That's Austin Butler, Zac Efron, and who was the first one? Is it Glenn Powell that I remember that I posted just a second ago? See, who can be playing this character who appears white in comic books, video games, movies, and every other iteration, except for this like one time Jonathan Majors did it. Remember not to make a guy boxed in based on race. Exactly, because that's what we keep hearing. You can't... I'm not even on camera. I am on camera, good. Now that guy left. You know I'm not editing this, right? You guys can tell that there's not going to be no edits. Appreciate your patience. And everyone who thumbs up this, you know. I hope I don't get 36% thumbs down here. I don't even remember my point. Oh, about those other actors. So people will say, race isn't important. And that's why, Jonathan, bro, when you're saying that he can only be a black guy, when your fan casts only include the darker skinned of the skin tone, you are limiting someone just to their race. And I'm pointing out the idiocy of that. It's like they understand representation is important, but they think representation is something that it isn't, which is just like an attendance fulfillment. And I think it's more than that. I think they've got to be there. Yes, take the attendance. There's definitely going to be some melanated folks in the casting in the films. But also, after that happens, after they've been cast, did it elevate the brand and the IP? And is the brand and the IP white? Well, yeah, it is white. So what are we doing here? You're elevating a white character, no matter who plays Professor X. Some people like Giancarlo Esposito, the guy who played Gus in Walking Dead, Breaking Bad. The guy who played Gus, Giancarlo Esposito, he could play Professor X, right? You guys all love yourselves. I'm so not racist. I can envision somebody black because I don't hate them. That's so important to me. he will be spent a few years playing that character, but we all know it's a white character. We all know Patrick Stewart played him. The X-Men cartoons has been that way. Every comic book I've read. And he will return that way also. You can't live momentarily and say that we're doing an accomplishment when all you're doing is taking a spot, because the studios do have limited spots that go to black castings. So they fulfilled that, blocking, because they don't only do 10% of their castings going to be black, or 15, or pick your number, 20%. Well, one of those rare spots went to not elevating an actual black character. That's the danger. That's fucking dangerous. You have to be very careful when you're advocating for these race swap castings. You're here prolonging a problem in the disguise of progress. It appears that something is moving forward and we are getting better, and it's fooling some people, and some are actually celebrating it. Little Mermaid, with Halle Bailey. People think that we did something, when no. I tell you that Disney wasn't going to give that much money to a Halle Bailey-led film. It's very rare for that to happen. And how much does it suck that all of that money went to a character who won't remain black? What the fuck are you celebrating, you retard? Dictionary definition of retard is to be against progression. It's delaying progression. That's what you are, by dictionary definition. Keep listening to Chill and Short, and then I'll show you another video. Go me. What? What is this, the Middle Ages? No. Anybody can play Kang because it's not essential. Remember that stuff. And over here, on this over here, YouTube here, I got a YouTube channel here. I'm going to advocate for the characters whose skin is dark to stay dark in every reboot. When someone like a Jonathan Majors looking person plays Kang, I know it's temporary representation, and I don't celebrate that. Okay? Okay. Keep being not racist over there, guys. Joe Biden. And that's probably where the dislikes come from. But I'm going to thumbs it up. Reading some of these comments, newest first. As long as race is relevant to the story or wouldn't affect perception, who cares? And I wish... Watch my next video, please. Just everything I said about delaying progression and stuff. Didn't ask Goober. I don't know what that means. While I absolutely agree with you, Jonathan Majors is Kang in the MCU. I hope fans continue to put pressure on Marvel to keep him. Yeah, I get that. I can understand that. But they've done what they've done. Nobody cares when movies race or gender swap roles. Chillmonger cares. And people who want to see a world that is progressive, or people want to see a world that's inclusive, people like me care. Better enjoyable experience if you see this video happen like this. What people care about is a woke agenda forcing this shit down people's throats constantly. Oh, I want to send him Kaizuku Slevin's video. Watch Kaizuku. Actually, if I put that at, you guys should all watch that video here. Slevin. He did a video on woke. You fucking... What should it be? He should be a fucking... He's gonna be a fucking something. Twat? No. You guys can tell it's late at night. I'll just leave it there. Isn't Kang... Yo, by the way, that's exactly how I write a lot of these comments, where I'm just like, oh, you know what? Let me not. Isn't Kang blue or purple or something? That's funny. He's white, but Marvel made him black in the MCU. Okay, so I was looking this up, and he's a white dude with a blue mask that matches his facial movements. Essentially, he is wearing this because he cannot reveal his face to other versions of himself or his enemies. All right, man. I don't know what that means. JO0330. Is that like a 3PO thing? I don't know what that means. But you got a laughing emoji. You know what? I'm all for emojis. I like smiley faces. You got it. The next video I'm about to pull up is called Temporary Representation. Look at me. Look at me. Terror Raid Battle Tips. Playing my Pokemon.
Thank white Jesus Chadwick Boseman died. A black character became way too popular. But aren't we gonna
You
recast?
can't see that.
Like white
Whoa,
superheroes?
Whoa. You couldn't see a single moment of that. Next video is right here. Great video. One of the best videos I have on my YouTube. It's on my homepage too.
Thank white Jesus Chadwick Boseman died. A black character became way too popular. But aren't we gonna recast? Like white superheroes? We'll run temporary representation. You get Shuri to become the Black Panther, she gains too much steam, here comes the son to become Black Panther. Teach the audience it's about the mantle. Wakanda. Wakanda forever. That's what we'll call it. And Bobby Ray makes sure a black character never becomes that popular again. Canceling live action Proud Family. Yes, but cast the actress as Ariel. Temporary representation. Sir, what's this temporary representation? Temporary representation, it's our playbook. So take a character like Cinderella, right? Now we reboot and cast a black actress and we get all the credit for casting somebody black. But don't worry, everything returns to them being white again.
Okay, hold on a minute. We can look at this historically because it happened in the past. Cinderella in the 50s, we get Cinderella 1999, this version, and then we get Cinderella in 2015. It's time to go make money, put it in the movies, and it returns to this. So what was she doing when they did this casting? Not she, it's not her fault, but you know, she was cast. Money was siphoned out of the community of people that look like her because they felt represented. But all that was being uplifted was the Cinderella brand. Those same girls who fell in love with that version or saw it or were familiar with it, they then got to see this one. When they became older, they probably took their daughters here. But what got lifted is Cinderella. The problem that we live in, the world that we live in, is just underrepresentation. We are not seeing enough of people with skin tone as dark as this, as dark as Moesha, Brandy. That's not a popular skin tone. And people need to humanize with that so that the people who make up juries in the future can humanize and treat the subject of these court or the defendants like humans, humanize. Cops don't race to the trigger because of fear and paranoia. And job opportunities are given and everything that comes bad when it comes to prejudice. All the negativity. What we need is more. And if these kids can be in love with characters with the dark skin tones, that moves things forward. Brands with dark skin tones, that moves things forward. I almost want to get into Aunt Jemima and how that was so stupid of them to remove Aunt Jemima, but let's face it, man, sales. They needed a reason. They're like, oh, this is so hateful, huh? They didn't want no black women on their product. Back to me. So that was the Cinderella example.
White again. Having them play white characters is much safer than actual darkies catching fire.
They literally call them darkies. That was the language that I heard. I had like a spy camera inserted in the headquarters, and this is what they said.
We use black labor for white characters. And when there is a black lead, it's in limited capacities. T'Challa is the most positively impactful dark-skinned character in the history of cinema.
This man, this character here, broke ceilings. Incredible. What is he? Guy in the green, what is he?
Black representation's best representative.
Black representation's best representative. Highest grossing film, most popular character, and he's not here anymore.
So you nixed him when you had the chance, replaced him with a female so anyone who opposed it could be labeled misogynist. They all say they want representation, but they keep falling for attendance. But they'll consider a white property black just because of the actor who's temporarily playing her? Exactly. Just gotta say, every girl can see herself as Ariel. The Little Mermaid transcends race.
And you asses fall for those lines. What else, Bobby Ray? What else? What's the other line, Bobby Ray?
Now you can be a princess.
Now you can be a princess. You see? And then here comes my dude in the green, where he's like, "No, Disney, you guys did do a princess. Remember Tiana? Remember? Watch this."
We had a black princess. And she was a frog for half of the movie. That's temporary representation. We flipped her just like we flipped Jamie Foxx's character into a ghost. Soul. Whatever.
If there's one thing I regret, is that when I said Jamie Foxx's character Soul, I didn't put that image, like crop it in there. I can't redo this video, but hey, I could redo the video. I really could. Look, only 582 views. I probably should. It's just what would suck is that all of these comments would go away. Shout out to all of these comments. Appreciate every single one of you guys, man. I really did read all of them, didn't I? Except for Big Bro. He said, I thought Zendaya was playing Michelle Jones. Michelle Jones, Mary Jane Watson. They call her MJ, right? We know what they're going for, but yeah. Black Comic Lord says, with the receipts too. Salute to Paul. Paul was telling me about how he likes this video. And Star Wars Santa also told me he liked this video too. A lot of YouTubers said it. Trinity with the laughs. What did I say to him? Muhahaha. Empire Comics, give me the mic drop. Alright, let's keep watching.
Actually, the best was when we got Will Smith. You remember, he was the genie. You liked that one. I was happier than David Duke at a hockey game. And
I'm my favorite YouTuber. Best part of the video.
You remember, he was the genie. You liked that one. I was happier than David Duke at a hockey game. And since it's
Bro, my accent, bro.
a voice actor, and since it was a white guy initially, we're really not attached to casting somebody black again. Same thing with like The Lion King. Even if they're being played by somebody black, it now stops and ceases the introduction of new black characters. Everybody in Lion King is gonna be back to white, except for Rafiki's voice actor. You know why. Wait, so
Rafiki.
Ahsoka's voice actress, she's white. Did you only cast a black lead because her face would be painted? That's why they're called people of color.
Okay, so to explain the Ahsoka thing, yeah, like I said, it's a voice actress. The studio, Lucasfilm, they've got also their requirements of black, white, women. I shouldn't have said white, but black, woman. They've got these requirements. They satisfied this one by casting Rosario Dawson. Now, does this popularize the melanated people's skin tones? No, because for the majority of this, kind of like how Princess and the Frog, for the majority it's a frog. Well, for the majority, the audience isn't on screen looking at somebody with Rosario Dawson's skin tone. It's like bright orange. It's not far from her skin tone, but it's a big enough difference for me to complain about. I want to normalize I want an audience of people to watch 8 episodes of this character, of a character who looks like Rosario, and I want that character, the audience, to live through that character, to cheer for that character, hope that the character wins the fight. Oh, did she get shot? I hope not. Or Rosario, or the character who looks like Rosario is fine with that skin tone. Oof. I want them to play video games and be that character and win and try to keep from game over happening and live through that character. Meaningful representation. And when they cast somebody here, they get to say, look, we did Rosario Dawson. We're moving things forward in this company. We're not in the Stone Ages. We hire progressively. But what are the benefits, the worldwide benefits? The millions who saw this show didn't live with a dark-skinned person. So while it satisfies some of the structural rules that they've got, in practice, in actuality, there's no long-term good coming from this.
She's white. Did you only cast a black lead because her face would be painted? That's why they're called people of color.
The editing could have been a little bit more smoother than that. I feel like I was freezing when I did the people of color.
Characters are immortal, the actors aren't. We'll just get somebody white back to play the white characters. We maintain minimum melanin. Something that's cool about this montage as it goes from Kingpin, from the older version that we know, is that we have time to show this. I got time here. I showed you what happened in the past. Actors aren't.
What happened in the, also in the past, in the more recent past.
We'll just get somebody white back to play the...
And then what's happening right now in the present. Some of you dumbasses can't do that until years pass. So as I'm doing it right now for Kang the Conqueror with Jonathan Majors, some of you can't think, like, no foresight. That's what you're lacking. This is exactly what's going to happen. Kang's been white all this time. See that moment here where it's Michael Clark Duncan playing him here? That's the moment we're in now. This is Jonathan Majors playing Kang. There will be 10 years later, 20 years later, a version where the Vincent D'Onofrio thing, that's coming next. It is coming next. And I have a brain to see it. And we don't think of Kingpin as a white character. You know what I meant. As a character that looks like Michael Clark Duncan here. We know Kingpin to be what Vincent D'Onofrio is. I'm sure they satisfied the quota there at the studio for black. And I'm sure he did a great job. I don't care about his performance. That's not what I'm complaining about. And he played a villain. It wasn't like a great representative or hero or anything. Still, though, his performance is irrelevant. Don't try to use other ideas to dance around this topic. It's temporary, and it's not celebratory.
We maintain minimum melanin, and we get to cast black actors, and we please the people who that fools.
It's racism repellent and racist.
Every black character has a built-in exit plan. You think Little Mermaid's staying black? Go to Disney World right now. See who's greeting your kids.
Exactly.
White. Ariel will be white again, just like MJ will be white again.
And it's only ever temporary representation. What about the media?
We own the media. You didn't see those TikToks of the girls watching the trailers?
But black media.
You just give black media some free shit. They always conform.
If that
They always conform. That works? Yeah, that works.
works, do you know how many fucking coons will sell themselves for a fruit basket?
I don't think people heard that.
Know how many fucking coons
What?
form? If that works, do you know how many fucking coons will sell themselves for a fruit basket? Do you know how many fucking coons will sell themselves for a fruit basket?
I don't know. Black Twitter could be really woke some.
Stop using woke in its correct context.
I'm
But no.
hilarious.
Nigger Twitter will be too distracted with all the irrationally upset white people. They'll see that their enemy is angry, making them happy, and they'll be participants in their own oppression.
I mean, like, it's you can get distracted by the mayonnaise, but they'll see that their enemy is angry. Oh, this makes Ben Shapiro angry? Yes, got him, fucking guy. Yeah. Oh, that guy from that YouTube channel is really upset? Oh yeah, I hate him. That means that we're doing something good. What about this? What about they're angry because they're stupid in their dark ways and they think the ways that they think? But what's happening also isn't beneficial. Your happiness isn't dictated on their unhappiness. This is not a seesaw battle. It's not. Everything I said is valid and nothing's been proven to. No one's ever reached me and like changes my mind on this topic. I welcome it. Especially if you have a YouTube channel. If you want to invite me and talk about this, invite me in the comment section right now, and then I'll tell you when I'm free and we can figure it out. Yeah, so don't be distracted by the mayo.
Nigger Twitter will be too distracted with all the irrationally upset white people. They'll see that their enemy is angry, making them happy, and they'll be participants in their own oppression. I want black white mermaids, black white mothers, black white mutants, black...
Thought you guys didn't know about that Cheaper by the Dozen, huh? With Gabrielle Union playing that. Is Cheaper the Dozen a white franchise? And this is like, there was an older Cheaper by the Dozen before this one over here. We know that this is temporary. They did not uplift a brand that is black. There's not a black family that became more popular. The Cheaper by the Dozen brand will be rebooted. It's like the third one. There will be a fourth iteration of Cheaper by the Dozen. And they'll be Cajun of cock.
mothers, black white mutants, black white villains, black white heroes.
Like this Wonder Man thing. I cannot wait to make videos on how this is wrong. Same type of videos that I'm doing now. When the trailer comes out for this, I'm going to explode on getting angry about this.
We're gonna make all black representation temporary. White people, white people, white people, white people, white black people.
He got so into it too. Oh, look at some Vince McMahon stuff. He got so into it. It's black people. That was it. That was the board meeting, man. That happened. Yo, appreciate every one of you who watch my videos, who sit through this personality, who watch especially those longer ones. For example, T'Challa time. I'm over here talking about a comic book. I got a panel just chilling, and I know people stay to the end. Not everyone does, but the audience retention, there's people who stay. I like you guys. This is a 25-minute video. Some of you are staying to the end. I like you guys also. Here, man. Let's go watch Fatal J's video that he just posted. It's right here. Fatal J. And with that, thanks again.